How's it going, YouTube? This is Copnut speaking. I hope you guys are well. Well, this is going to be a quick weight loss update video. I've managed to lose yet another pound. Now I'm 172.6. That's a loss of a pound in this week. I'm very happy at this loss, and God willing, inshallah ta'ala, more weight will be lost after that. I also have a few tips and tricks in my exercises and my way of eating or drinking that I'd like to share with the rest of you in order to help see everyone have the maximum benefit as such. Well, number one for me is that when I wake up in the morning, I have my vitamins. They are fish oil tablets, a multivitamin, folic acid, and vitamin B, and iodine, because sometimes one of our herbal doctors said that I had a slightly sluggish thyroid, so iodine would be very helpful in order to stimulate my thyroid. Number two, I eat breakfast. Such an important thing. You must eat your breakfast. Although I know some people like to skip breakfast because they feel as if though it might make them lose more weight by constricting calories, but that is probably the worst thing you could do. That is the worst thing you could do, because for you see, the body is like a fuel machine, and the more fuel you give it, the more it's going to run and burn off. Making your body eat less than what it needs is actually going to make your metabolism slow down, and it'll make you weak and sluggish and droopy. So I always encourage people to eat a good breakfast. Let's see. What I do is water. I might make a separate video for water, my water intake, and I'll do that later on. You must drink lots of water, and I know this is a big hatred among a lot of people. People just don't like to drink water, but it's the best for you. You see, when we don't have sufficient liquid intake, our body tends to think it's in drought, like we're in the middle. The body thinks that you're in the middle of the desert. The body can't reason. The body doesn't have logic to think, oh, she's on a diet. No, body acts in defense mechanisms, and it holds on to, retains whatever water you do have in your body. That's why it gives you the look of being puffy and bloated, and that's why when you step on the scale, you think you're bigger than you are because of the water intake, when you're actually not. It's best to drink half of your body weight of water, in case you're wondering how much water you should drink. Say you weigh 180 pounds. Then half of it would be 90. So a person who weighed 180 pounds would need to drink 90 ounces of water, etc., etc. I strongly recommend you do this. It's had a wonderful effect on me. I drink 3 pink cups of water a day. Hey Ada, can you please go get my pink cup? Thank you, son. I love you. Well, anyway. So, I've showed you the cup that I use in other videos, but you get the idea. I drink water in a 30-ounce cup of water. So it makes 3 times a day. So it makes about, say, 32 into 3 is 96 ounces, which is roughly a little more. But nonetheless, 90 is 90. Another thing you need to do is write down whatever you eat. Now, I know people hate this. They hate it. I used to hate it too. But I started to believe when I started this program about 10 months ago. 10 months ago. 10 months and how many pounds ago? I'm so lost for words right now. Okay, fuck it. 10 months ago. I wanted to change my eating progress and lose all my weight, so to speak. So I had to do something that I never did before, and that was write things down. And I hated it in the beginning. But I realized that in order to achieve something, you have to do something that you've never done before. After all, it was a man who did say that doing the same thing again and again and yet expecting the same result is considered to be insanity. And that's when it clicked. So that's one of the things I did. If I overate, I would write down whatever I ate, And then I would see what I ate, and then I'd be all like, oh my god, I shouldn't have had this. Tomorrow I'm not going to do this. And then also in my diary, I would write notes to myself. I would say, okay, increase water intake, or take a rest from exercise today, or don't forget to take your iodine tablets, etc., etc. So writing down what you eat is another important tip if you wish to lose weight successfully. Okay, another tip I would say is constant movement. For example, we'll get to exercise later. That's also in the category of constant movement. But for example, if you're going to the store, park further away than what you would normally do and walk to the store. You're burning extra calories in what you do. Or do your housework. When I vacuum, when I dust, when I wash dishes or whatever, I know I'm losing extra calories. Particularly, I sweat when I vacuum. I don't know why. So do gardening work. Walk to get the mail. Don't let your dog get it for you. And etc., etc. Go to the park with your kid, etc., etc. Pretty much do whatever you like to do that involves physical movement. Hey, even have sex. They even say having sex burns calories, etc., etc. But since I'm celibate and unmarried, so that's not in my option till I get married. Sorry, guys. I can't do that. Okay, another tip. Now we get to exercise. That is a big key. You must exercise. And also, I must mention, for those of you who exercise, don't think that just because you exercise then it's okay to eat whatever the hell you like. Nuh-uh. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. And keep that in mind if you wish to lose weight. Forgive me for being a little rough, but I want everyone to be successful. And I have to lay it out on the table. You can't change, as Dr. Phil says, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Sufficient exercise, at least 4 to 5 times a week, is crucial. You can't expect to lose weight unless you actually make exertion. And when you exercise, don't just jump on something and start doing it to the fullest speed. That's what I used to do. When I used to run on the treadmill, I would just do it so fast that I would be exhausted, and after a couple of days I'd be like, fuck it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. That was my mistake. You need to gradually build up your...
The helicopter's not working.
Sorry. The on button. Push the on button under the thing. Sorry, mommy alert. Anyway, you have to start in gradual baby steps. Gradual baby steps. Like, walk for 20 minutes. And then after a couple of days, increase it to 25 minutes. And this goes for other exercises too, whether it's the bike or the elliptical or the treadmill or the stepper. And another thing, don't do the same exercise every day. Every 4 to 6 days, change up your exercise, or at least the intensity of the exercise. If you keep doing the same thing every damn day, your body's going to be like, oh, I'm so bored, and then your body will be stuck. Your body will just be stuck. So, as a friend, don't do the same thing every day. Change it up. Try jump roping. Try jogging instead of speed walking. Try swimming if you like to swim. If you're in cold mountainous areas, try skiing or snowblading. But where I live, we don't have snow, thank God. So, that's what you can do for exercise. Now let's get to weightlifting, which is also a part of exercise. Well, the thing what you want to know about weightlifting is you should never attempt to do anything or lift too heavy weights, like lift heavy weights in the beginning. You should try it slowly, like in a sense, light weights, and then build it up to heavy weights. For you women out there, please, please, please do not shy away from weights. You're not going to bulk up. You can't. You don't have enough testosterone in your body to do so. You'll only bulk up if you take drugs or steroids. So you will not bulk up. Weightlifting builds muscle definition. Muscle weighs less than actual fat. You'll be burning fat but gaining muscle. And also keep in mind that while you're regularly lifting weights and building muscle gradually, you might see a little bit of gain on the scale. That doesn't mean you're getting fat. That means you're gaining muscle, and there's nothing wrong with that. People tend to freak out. But you must remember, muscle looks smaller than fat, but actually weighs a lot more. Fat is bigger, but it weighs comparatively less. Keep that in mind. And also, when you exercise, don't just jump on the machine and go. You must do at least a 5 to 10 minute warm up before you start your actual routine of exercise. And after you're done, you must do at least a 5 to 10 minute cool down. This is for both aerobic and anaerobic exercises, for both like cardio and weightlifting. You must warm up and cool down. You must do that. Another thing that people tend to overlook: rest. Rest, 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 rest. You must rest in order to get maximum benefit from your body. Now, I know it seems kind of taboo and it seems kind of strange that you might feel sluggish or lazy, but please, please, you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't at least get 1 to 2 days of rest, particularly if you're weightlifting. If you continuously exercise and exercise without having sufficient rest, there will be a point when your body just dies and breaks down. And we don't want that. We want to be able to exercise on a long term. We don't want to lose all our effort just because of a small whim. So rest is a key. Rest is key. You must have sufficient rest in order if you wish to succeed.